Hey there! Welcome to Thief Gold. Now this game, or rather Thief the Dark Project demo, was very, very close to me when I was growing up as a young teenager. I played it a ton. The demo, that is. I actually never played Thief Gold as a kid, and I never finished it, nor the Dark Project, which is basically, the Dark Project is Thief Gold, except for Thief Gold has an additional 4 levels. So, I'm going to be playing through all of Thief Gold on Expert. I'm not going to be trying to do any ghosting or whatever. No. I want it to be fun. I want to be able to stop and point things out. I've spent quite some time working in level editor for Thief 2, actually, called Dromed. So I consider myself somewhat experienced in the way this engine and the way this game works, and I think it'd be fun just for me to stop and point things out, so it'll be kind of a slow going, leisurely playthrough. Now I'm doing this alongside of Fen Phoenix, who is awesome and funny and just an amazing, seemingly nice guy. I assume he's nice. He's been nice when he talked to me, so who knows, it could be a very clever facade, huh? But anyway, a link to his playthrough is going to be in the description, so if you would rather watch someone be funny instead of informative, go watch him, or catch me when I'm in the right mood. Anyway, I'm playing this with the addition of the 1.19 patch, which is an unofficial patch just recently released. There'll be a link in the description if you'd like it as well. You can get this game off of Good Old Games or off of Steam. This is actually the Steam version. It works perfectly with the 1.19 patch, and even if I didn't have the 1.19 patch, it would still work. So all is good to go. There are some other changes in the 1.19 patch, and I will probably describe them as I go along. But for now, I think I've had enough jabbering, so let's begin. We will start this training on Expert. Oh, and by the way, I will show all videos, and as much as possible, I will allow you to hear people talking and such. There will be a small exception of that in this first training level, because you can go back and watch my Thief the Dark Project demo video if you want to hear the instructions for how to play the game. But I think that you're not missing too much by me lowering the volume and talking over them. So that's just the way it will be.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
Now this level will basically be a keeper's training. This is Garrett, our protagonist, learning how to be a keeper. And what are keepers? Well, you'll find out. I'm going to be turning this guy down, so I'm sure you'll be hearing that already. Look at this. There's some strange misuse of textures here. There's a little bit of wood texture on these. I'm not sure why that is, but I noticed that when doing my testing. Anywho, let's get on with this. Now this game was originally made to be Dark Camelot it was called. It was going to be a first-person shooter, but more technically it was going to be a kind of a action-y game with swords. Unfortunately, apparently, when they were doing testing for the game, they found out that their sword mechanics sucked. So, the folks working on this game, one of the leads of this, of the final game anyway, brilliantly had the idea to instead make the game about not fighting, which is, you know, a good way to go when you realize that you've put a lot of money into a game and you're a brand new company like Looking Glass was. I suppose maybe at the time they may have already made System Shock 2. I'm not sure on that. I think this may actually have come out before System Shock 2. Anyway, so one good way to preserve all that time and money you otherwise would have wasted is by transferring it into a new game, which is all about not fighting, except for this little demonstration here. You'll see why fighting sucks in just a bit. Now, the 1.19 patch made some changes, mostly with the way lighting works. You may notice that the lighting is, well, I mean, simplistic, but advanced for the time. But it's also decently smooth, and that's in a large part due to the 1.19 patch. And it'll be a lot more apparent in darker areas. But there tends to be banding in the original game, especially with this one, because I think that this one basically only had 16-bit graphics and a lot of 8-bit stuff at that. So there was a lot of banding, a lot of strange colors, but that's been mostly fixed now. See the way he was looking at me as he moved? That's part due to the 1.19 patch. It was changed so that the AI will always look at you when you're fighting them. Always. Normally their motions have them so that they look at you sometimes, but otherwise they don't. But now their heads always twist and contort so that they can always be looking at you. And that's kind of strange in my opinion. But, oh well, if it doesn't bother you too much, it doesn't bother me too much, I guess. This whole basketball thing, I guess, is some inside joke with Looking Glass and other studios at the time. There was a lot of simplistic basketball mechanics tossed in kind of in the side. Whatever. It sucks. About as good as I am with real basketball. Now this little bedroll here is a quote scroll. We'll get the heck out of here and check it out. By the way, you want to make sure not to drop your key in there, because if you did, then it'd be locked in there, and you'd be unable to open this door and continue. That would kind of stink, wouldn't it? If you're curious what all these quotes are, feel free to look up Thief the Dark Project quotes scroll or quotes list or something like that, because I'm not going to really read these. I'm sure that they are very amusing to whomever would find them amusing, but to me, they're mostly out of context, and they're best read on your own. That said, I'm probably going to be reading a lot of the readables that you may find in the game, or at least I'll be kind of speed reading and summarizing as best I can. I know some people don't like to have things read to them because it makes them feel like they're being patronized or something. Whatever, I think that they can get over it, but I'll try to accommodate by not literally reading what's in front of me. This is Let's Play Thief Gold, not Let's Play Elementary Education, so we can just get by without that. Excuse me. We're going to rush ahead and grab our first piece of loot.
Good jump. This obstacle is easy to climb.
Good job.
First, move close to the wall. Next,
and that's it.
Grab the edge of the wall.
And we are done with the Keeper's training. Very quick little tutorial level. There'll be a lot more to learn as we continue.